Here we are, and welcome back to the channel. And in this video we're diving into GT7 to rank my top 5 best tracks and the top 5 worst tracks, from absolute best driving experiences to the ones that, yeah, I never want to see again. So let's hit the road and see which tracks made the cut. So we're going to start off with the first 5 worst tracks for me on this game, and coming at number 5 we've got Dragon Trail. Now this course is an absolute nightmare, and it's not just Dragon Tail Seaside, but it is all the other variations and layouts of this. As you can see, these curbs are an absolute nightmare. Hit those wrong and it's instant death. And speaking of which, it is home to the world famous death chicane, as we've all fallen victim to this at some point during this game. So yeah, the less you see this course, the better. As we move on to number 4, we have Willow Springs. Now for me, this track is just so bland. I mean, you look at it and it's just desert absolutely everywhere. I don't think I've had one good race at Willow Springs since I played this game. I mean, there's no room for error. You go slightly wide and you're literally in the desert, and there's no chance of getting back on, as anyone who's gone off at the final corner will know exactly what I'm talking about. For me, this one just isn't a nice course to drive. Just really doesn't feel like it has much character, and it can also be such a frustrating course to nail as well. So for me, quite a boring track, and earns its place in one of the worst tracks on the game. The next one we're coming at number 3 is Interlagos. Now this might raise a few eyebrows, as I know Interlagos is quite a widely loved track, but for me it really isn't. Yes, it's home to the world famous simracing and it's got some iconic corners, but for me I just don't like any of them. I mean, for me it's not just about the track itself, but also kind of how successful you are on different circuits, and for this reason, this is why I put this at number 3. I just don't ever seem to go well at Interlagos. It doesn't matter what car I'm in, what combination it is, just not a very well liked track for me. Just can't seem to get the pace around this track, and I think, I don't know, playing this game on a lot of F1 games before, it just made this for me quite a boring track. Might be a very unpopular opinion, but again, it is my opinion, so let me know what you guys think. Coming in at number 2, Laguna Seca. Now where do I start with this one? Just an awful track. I just cannot get any pace around this circuit whatsoever. It takes me forever and a day to nail some kind of decent lap or a qualifying lap or a time trial lap around here. These sausage curbs are absolute nightmare if you get them wrong. Them red sausage curbs on pretty much every apex of the corner just makes it extremely tricky for me, and I just do not get on with this track whatsoever. Again, one of the most iconic corners in the world, with the corkscrew coming up. And it's not like I dislike the actual track in terms of racing. It can create quite decent racing, and I love watching the bikes here, especially. But actually to race on this track, or to drive on this track should I say, is just horrible for me. Again, there's not much runoff area, and normally I don't really mind that. I like it, the fact that most of the tracks you have little or no room for error. But for this one, yeah, I just can't stand the layout. I don't like the corners. Just can't get the pace. Not exactly sure what it is with this course, but every time this comes up in the daily time trial, I'm just like, oh god, I do not want to see this one again. So definitely earns its place at number 2 for the tracks that I dislike the most on this game. So coming in at number 1, the worst track for me on this game is Monza. Now this is an absolute penalty fest and such a pain to get right, and even though you've only got a handful of corners on this track on the map, it doesn't look difficult to nail. But again, this is one that I've just had such bad luck with over the years. I think everyone's got their bogey track, and this one is definitely mine. And I'll show you which of an old race, as we start in second place, coming into the first chicane, pull off a lovely move around the outside to take the lead of the race. And this is for me the curse of Monza. As we scroll forward to the last lap of the race, you can see we're battling there, still in first place. Only a 5-lap race. This is taken from a daily B from a couple of years ago, I think. And much like Laguna Seca, if this comes up in any kind of time trial or a daily race, I do try and avoid it. The fact that trying to get pace out of here, and the fact you can get penalties of those chicanes, are such an absolute pain. As we come into the last corner, you can see we get quite a decent exit, a little tap from behind, but nothing much. but we'll lose the drive out the corner. We think we've got the win in the bag. As you come out to the chase cam, you can see his return. We lose that by the finest of margins. I think it was 0.001 or something like that. But yeah, finished that race in P2. You see, another race, we're actually in the lead with a decent gap on the last lap. Coming to Lesmo 1, put the power a bit too early, hit the outside of that horrible AstroTurf, and bang. And this is why Monza is my most disliked track on this game. Not only for those silly penalties, you can pretty much get on every corner, but also the fact that it is such a bogey track for me, and has been in the past. And before we show you the top 5 tracks in the game, if you do like this content, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into it. My top 5 best tracks on this game. And we'll start with number 5. Spa. Absolute legend of a track, as I'm sure you'll all agree. Now this is a wide track, it's fast, it's long, it's flowing. It's home to one of the most famous corners in the world, Eau Rouge and Radion. And it's great for awesome racing, whether it's daily racing, time trials, or whatever, you name it. For me, this combination is probably one of the best on this game. Super Formula car around Spa. Always creates a bit of chaos at the first corner, the source, but coming into Eau Rouge and Radion flat out in his car is an absolute pleasure to drive. Now I do like this track, it can be quite difficult sometimes to nail. Some of these corners are difficult in terms of track limits, but look at this, on board the Super Formula car, flat out through Eau Rouge and Radion, not lifting at all. We hit the overtake button as well, with an extra speed coming down the camel straight, and see if we can nail this car before we get into this first chicane at the end. Doesn't defend it, so we're going to go down the inside with a great little move. But Spa just creates some amazing racing, and also the addition of dynamic weather for this track on the game as well also makes it great fun, and also unpredictable, which is what you want, just to spice it up a little bit as well, make it less bland of a race. So a solid top 5 there for Spa. Now let's move forward as we look at number 4, Mount Panorama. A very, very technical, difficult track. This one has always been a bit of a favourite of mine, but more the fact of watching it than driving it. I always found it very challenging. But since we've had to learn the track through different competition purposes, I've actually fell in love with it, and it's really, really satisfying once you do get it right. In which it's so easy to get it wrong. As you come down the mountain, you can see that car behind, it's a tank slapper straight into the barrier. And that downhill section is so easy to get wrong. And we're going to show you how nice it is and how satisfying it is when you get it right. As you can see, absolutely pushing to the limit. Look at this, no room for error whatsoever. And when you nail this, look at this, on the curb, close to the wall, you're inches away, look. On the inside and the outside, yeah. And it's just so satisfying when you do get it right. Come down the mountain, a little bit deep, perhaps going to that right-hander, flick it to the left and to the right. An unbelievable part of the circuit, and probably one of the best combination of corners in the world, like I said, if you get it right. The racing on this track can be quite difficult. As soon as you hit that mountain section, it's pretty much impossible to overtake. But as soon as you exit the mountain section and go down that big long straight, there's opportunity there to overtake. So yeah, Bath 13 and a solid number 4. As the next one we look at in making the top 3 best tracks on the game is Le Mans. One of the most iconic tracks in the world. Everybody knows Le Mans. And of course it's home to the Le Mans 24 hours. So the racing on the game for this, whether it's GR3, GR4, GR1, whatever you want to race, the racing is always super close. As you've got these mad long straights where everyone is pretty much bum drafting the whole of the way through, as you can see. Again, this is taken from a previous daily race when you've got 6 or 7 cars in the GR4 class, all nose to tail. Absolute chaos, but look at this. 165 mile an hour bump drafting, and this creates for some absolutely amazing racing around here. It's such a pleasure with this one as well. The curbs are nice to drive over. Penalties can be a bit of an issue, but where the penalty line is, you don't actually lose that much time. But for me, this is one of the best tracks to race on in the game. Now coming in at number 2, and this will be a surprise to most people, St. Croix. Now, I don't know what it is with this track, but I absolutely love it. Whether it's layout A, B, C, A reverse, B reverse, C reverse, whatever the layout is, I absolutely love it. And I always seem to go well here. And this is the thing, like I said before, it's not just about liking and disliking the actual track itself. It's how well you go at certain tracks. Now, for St. Croix, I've always had great success, whether it be in league racing or team-to-team battle racing, whatever it is. I've always seemed to gone well. But with this one, it's so fast, it's so flowing. There's not many tight corners here. And this is, again, the kind of circuit that I like. You've probably seen a bit of a theme to my top tracks. When you look at Le Mans, you look at Spa, you look at this one, they're fast, they're flowing, high-speed corners. That's the kind of stuff I like, and especially in these Super Formula car, this track comes alive. Absolutely fantastic. You can see you can really take the curbs, and that's what I like to do. I like to attack the racetrack, I like to attack the curbs, and a lot of tracks don't let you do that. As mentioned before, Dragon Tail, there's definitely a few others where you cannot touch the curbs because absolutely you get launched. But for this one, yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I said, this definitely earns its place at number 2 for me. But there's only one that can take its crown. As we look at number 1, has to be Nordschleife. Now, whether this is a popular decision or not, this has to be my best track on this game. Now, I'll let into a little secret. I could not stand this course probably 3-4 months ago. And again, I had to learn this track as it was an upcoming event in a 24-hour endurance race around here. But when I got my head down to it and started learning the track, I was just getting quicker and quicker and quicker. I just fell absolutely in love with this. And I forget the GP part of the circuit because to me that's just not enjoyable whatsoever. But the minute you hit Nordschleife, it's absolutely mental. This requires 110% concentration. At pretty much every single corner, you've got night conditions, you've got wet conditions, you've got wet and dry. You name it, you've got it. It can rain at one part of the circuit, it can dry at the other part of the circuit. It's absolutely crazy, and this is such a driver's track. You know what curbs to attack and what you can't. Thankfully for this one, if you're in the right car, you can attack the curbs nicely. As you can see, we're choosing the right tyres here. The car in front is on slicks on a dump track, and this is the beauty of this. We've had it in league races, endurance races, but the minute you go out, the rain comes down, and it's an 8-minute lap. So you're literally nursing your tyres all the way around until we get to, or try to make it back to the pit stop. And this is what makes Nordschleife so unique and puts it worlds apart from any other track on this game. Now, for me, I used to stay clear of this track as I just couldn't be bothered to learn it all. It was just so long. And many of you, if you do feel like that, trust me, give this a go and you will get absolutely hooked. So let me know, guys, what you think in the comments. Which are your favourite tracks and what's your worst tracks on this game? Let me know if you agree or you disagree with my list. Well, for now, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all on the next one. Laters.